Now, who benefits from the price hike? You'd think oil producers are laughing their way to the bank. They aren't. The truth is they are hurting. Yes, there is a price jump, but it's not good enough for them. The world's biggest oil exporters are still bleeding money. The biggest oil companies are reporting staggering losses. Our next report tells you how the pandemic has triggered a crisis and a battle for survival in the oil sector.
What does 1 barrel of oil cost? Around $60. In April last year, it was $20. There's a threefold jump. But it's not good enough for oil exporters. They're still losing money. For Saudi Arabia to balance its budget, it would like oil to sell at $68 a barrel. For Iraq, the ideal price should be $80 per barrel. Will oil touch these levels? The answer depends on which projections you believe. Goldman Sachs says oil prices will see a 20% jump this year. The World Bank, on the other hand, is not so optimistic. It says oil prices will remain below $50 per barrel through 2022. The result will be this: big hole in the budgets of oil exporting countries. Gulf Cooperation Council countries, the regional alliance of Arab states, are already predicting a budget deficit. Last year, the deficit was a little more than 9%. In 2021, it will be close to 6%. The losses could grow in the future. Between 2020 and 2023, the deficit of GCC countries is set to touch $490 billion. The lack of alternatives to cover up losses forced this bloc to borrow more in 2020. An estimate from last year suggests GCC government debt is set to surge by $100 billion. Major oil countries are still reeling from the pandemic shock. Plus, they are losing money on every barrel they sell. The world's biggest oil-producing companies, too, are losing billions. This month, they have reported record annual losses. America's biggest oil exporter, ExxonMobil, has suffered a loss of more than $20 billion. The first annual loss in the company's history. ConocoPhillips lost $2.7 billion. In the United Kingdom, energy group BP reported $5.7 billion in losses. All this is a sign of things to come. The world wants to wean itself away from oil. It will mean trillions of dollars of losses in the next 20 years for oil producers. 40 countries that rely on oil for most of their income could see their revenues fall by 46% on average. That means a total loss of $9 trillion. Bureau Report, WION. World is One.
WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.